Go.
I hate the time of my life, and I never felt this before anymore.
He told me he had the best entrance ever. Okay, while people are hopping on, let's do the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So today, guys, we're going to do some greeting cards.
I have my 2 thumbs.
He's giving it 2 thumbs up.
And now I'm going to stick them right
Wait,
here.
okay. So, basically, we've got 2 types of cards that you can either fit into a legal-sized envelope, which some of y'all might have at home.
Yeah, everybody has to have one thing legal.
Or, I got these card envelopes at, I don't remember, well, I got them at like Office Max or, I don't know, they have them in a lot of different places.
You waxed my hair, so I'm going to whack your hair back.
What's that song?
If you like my hair, I will whack your hair back.
I can whip my hair back. I don't remember. We're terrible. Okay. But anyway, these are 5 3/4 by 8 3/4, and they work really, really nice. They also have the pull tab closures, so you don't have to lick them all. But anyway, it's like he wants.
You ripped off my wig. Wait, did I say that?
He wants another Kickin the Corona haircut. See, he's trying to pretend like it's time for.
Yeah, but then you'd be cutting your own hair.
Okay, first things first. We got this cute little wormy.
Aw,
and
it's a caterpillar without any legs.
For this one, we're going to use magic markers and watercolors. And you could use, markers to the whole thing. I just think that watercolors add to the look. And it says, "My love for you grows."
Aww.
Okay, so this is really, really simple.
It's cute.
In order to do that, you first fold it in half. And then after you have that done, just like a card, and a card opens up, right, you take the front. I'm going to have to move this paint for a second. And I'm using cardstock paper because it's a little heavier, but you can use regular printer paper if you want. But something that's a little bit heavier works a whole lot better, because when you use watercolor paints, it soaks it. See, you've got a little M shaped there. Okay.
What is it?
It soaks into the paper, the watercolor paint does. And it makes it a little bit more wrinkly. So the heavier the paper, the less you have to worry about that wrinkly problem. I know. Ew, wrinkles. He's like gagging over his mother right now. All right, so first thing you do is... Hey, stop. What? Oh, I just ate you. Okay.
You're rude.
So the way I make these letters is I go ahead and I just print my...
You're rude.
Love. So I've got that done. And then all I do to fancy it up a little bit is I draw, let me see if I can do this. Yeah, I can't do it without having it on the table. I just add a little box or a rectangle to the side. I think that dresses it up just a little bit. And then for the face, you make a circle, just kind of right smack dab in the middle. And of course, you give them 2 little antennas, 2 little lines with a curly Q on the top. And then you make a figure 8 eye, sideways figure 8, 2 figure 8s, or 1 figure 8 with a U shape in the middle for the nose. And he doesn't look like much without eyeballs. So you give him eyeballs.
Strangers to love.
And a smile. You want him to be smiling. And give him little cheeks to smile with. Now, here's where the easy part comes in. we've got to make the body of the caterpillar. So we're going to make backwards C's. And we're going to just rough those in there. So normally a C would go, you know, the other direction. But we're going to make his body kind of curl in and around. Backwards C, back. And if it gets smaller towards the tail.
She really likes her backwards C's for some reason.
Cruising Kathy. I mean, with a C, you just can't go wrong. Okay.
And Cooper, we're the C gang.
And then, because you don't want to make it look like your
Or the C squad.
C squad. You don't want to make it look like your worm is floating, or your caterpillar. Caterpillars are the C squad.
No.
Yeah. No. And all you do to do that is you start.
I thought you said it was a worm.
And you just make little grass strokes, and you just kind of crisscross.
Eventually, this is my
your grass everywhere in there.
You just covered up my butterfly.
So we're gonna finish with the words later. Now, if you don't have watercolors, like I said, you can use kind of whatever you've got.
If you have crayons, you can use that too.
Crayons would be great. I just think this goes much more quicker.
And
now, the less water you use, the darker
better
it gets. And I'm gonna just trace the outside.
So put all this in there, then it'll be really dark.
Trace the outside.
Oh, Blaze is actually finally in the room for once.
And then I alternate the. Ooh,
Oh, I guess we're using red.
We got that into the other paint because I have some other paint set out for you. We'll rinse that out with some water.
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 H2O.
He's gotten a British accent. And the last one I did,
no, I don't.
The last one I did light green and dark green. This one I think I'm just gonna do.
And dark green. And then was that Scottish or sweet? I don't know.
If you can't identify it, neither can I. Okay. So I'm gonna alternate green and
red.
What color is that? Kind of a mustard color.
Golden yellow.
And basically, it's just kind of like coloring in the lines, folks.
Ew!
That's it. Okay.
Okay, now it's time for a song.
And
no,
then,
it's not. No, it's not.
And I fancied up the letters. I used the end of the brush, and I filled in.
Oh.
I'm telling you,
that is not
our
nice.
sound effect machine is on overdrive today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Woo, yeah.
I made a mess.
Oh, you sure did.
I did.
Like
I went out of the
usual.
lines. No, you're the one that makes a mess, like usual.
I was.
Okay, so
I was
you can
about
see
to
my little
slap
mess.
those
It's still okay.
wrinkles.
We saved it. No. Okay, so we're gonna keep going with that one later, but you can see how that one goes. Okay, that's a simple.
That one looks way
Simple method.
Wait, that one looks happy.
Okay.
That's suspicious.
Next,
He's smiling too much. That is suspicious.
fork flowers.
We call them the German folk flowers. The German
It's-
folk flowers.
He's. I don't know whose kitty is. Okay.
Oh.
He says we. That was just him. He called them the German. I can't even do it with.
German folk flower.
Well, yeah, he's sure gonna give himself some wrinkles that way. All right. If you want,
Oh, what's that?
you can put. I don't know. Mother's Day is Sunday, so if you want to put Mom on there, we can do that. And what are you doing with your chinny chin chin?
Like triple chin.
Your triple chin.
That has like quadruple chin.
All right, for me, it's easier to see how the lines are going to line up if I put those on there first. And then I fill in the blanks.
Aww.
I kind of do a curly. Okay.
What are you doing?
And then I do that whole rectangle thing again. We're doing your full flowers.
You're not doing the German flowers.
Okay, so I made this one a little skinnier.
Anything like them.
If you,
I mean, we can call that the Irish flower.
actually, tulips grow in Holland. That's like the premier tulip growing area of the world. Okay, so you can see what I did. I fancied up the mom. And
oh, that's mom!
if you... Oh my. Alright, so these are, I got some washable paint the other day, and that's what I used for my window art in the other room.
Don't
you can
tell
take
them it's
that,
stained glass windows that were there forever.
and I like to go from the bottom up because
I want to do the finger painting ones.
Okay.
So that I can't hold the phone.
And nobody's holding the phone right now.
Yeah, someone who is.
The stems usually get a little skinnier on the way up, so that doesn't look like much right now.
The itsy bitsy spider went up.
But it will.
sun
All right,
is
so tulips have
down
long,
with the
skinny
raven.
leaves. And if you just go ahead and put
With
those
the
in quick.
Itsy bitsy spider. Is that how it goes?
We don't want spiders in our flowers. No.
Yeah, but
Okay,
everybody likes spiders because they kill bugs.
that's about... Yeah, I think there are a lot of people who would argue with you. They don't necessarily love
If
spiders.
if they're like those black with white spots, usually I'm like...
Black with white. Oh, the furry ones. The jumping spiders.
I go
Okay.
boom with them.
So you can see what I just did. Long strokes, and I made them pointy at the top end. Okay?
Any spider that scares me,
All right.
they're dead.
Cruz would really love the honors of the... Here I put it. There we go. The fork flowers. So all I did was I took...
flowers.
Okay, that sounded like you cleared something nasty from your throat. All right, this is acrylic paint. And this is the same thing. It just comes in bulk. This is thicker.
It sounds like German flower.
Okay, we're done. And all I did was we dipped forks in there. Now let me show you something. Not all plastic forks are created equal. We know this. Like if you're trying to cut into, scoop up your salad or your steak or something, you break a fork. Those are the kind of forks you want to use because the stronger forks, the reinforced forks, have these ridges on the back.
So mean.
It doesn't contact the paper. So let me see if I can clear this one off enough. That one, and I hope this is focusing right
I think
there.
this one's better.
That one's smooth on the back. Use those kind of forks, okay? And then you want to coat it over real good, but not too thick. If it's going up in between the tines...
No!
I know, he's all wanting to do this. Okay. You can pick any, like, 3 colors, and it
It
doesn't matter if it goes in any order. It doesn't matter if it covers up part of the mom.
Yay!
Okay, so here's what we have going on there. He kind of missed one part of it. It's okay. Listen, we go back over that. Because it's a little round, you might have to rock that fork. He's hyperventilating. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Let's straighten that out. How do I expect to straighten out a flower if I can't straighten him out? Okay, and then we're going to hurry up and do
No!
a couple more. And if they don't...
You ruined my color. Oh, actually, no, you did not ruin my color trend. Thank you.
If they don't go absolutely straight, that's totally
perfect.
awesome because they don't do that in nature anyway, right? Okay, don't... I wouldn't roll it over the top of the other ink because...
I did that.
Roll it back and forth. Or rock it back and forth because it's not completely flat.
Babies, babies.
What I was going to say before I put this down was that I wouldn't overlap the flowers because the paint isn't dry and it may not stay and it might kind of bleed into the other color. But It looks like it's staying okay. So whatever happens, happens. And then you can write whatever you want to.
I want to do the thumb one.
We got one more. Okay, this one.
I get to do the thumb.
Who doesn't like finger paints? Okay, some people don't like to get their fingers sticky, but I promise you can find some sort of a cute little fingerprint saying to stick on here or in the inside. I don't know. Let's see. My
May
fingerprint.
flowers bring April flowers.
No, he said that exactly backwards. April showers bring May flowers. Either way,
No, I
because,
said
like,
April flowers bring May
I feel
flowers.
like there's really, really cute sayings that I just didn't take the time to look up that say something about
I'm beautiful.
my fingerprint will stay the same even though I keep growing or something. I don't know. Some sort of cute little fingerprint saying. I didn't take the time
These
to look up.
will be here
Okay.
for the end of time.
So, super simple. Took a Sharpie. Actually, I gotta fold this first. And I'm gonna get... Oh my gosh. We know. I forgot to fold it. Okay.
I forgot.
And a half of a 8 and a
My
half by, or a, yeah, 8.5 by 11. Half of an 8.5 by 11 will fit into that envelope perfectly. Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do.
Hey, and I didn't.
3 straight lines. 1, 2, 3.
If I
Easy
ate that
peasy. They don't have to be
cookie,
straight.
I would have been like.
Okay. Teardrop shaped leaves. 1, 2, 3. That's all I'm doing, right, for the leaves.
You said tears.
I had no idea what you were doing.
I was crying because you said tears.
Uh-huh. I get it now. I totally get it now. Okay.
You don't get it.
If you have to overlap one, that's totally okay. Leaves do that in nature. I just wouldn't continue drawing a solid line through there. See how I overlap the one? Okay. Now, everybody can make a curly cue.
What's a curly?
Start little, 1, and just swirl it around. It doesn't matter how big.
It's hypnosis.
Swirl, swirl, swirl. Hypnosis, yeah, if you want to. Swirl, 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 swirl. Okay. If you want to make a big swirl and just color it in and make your flower like that, that'd be totally cool.
Perfect. It can be a rose.
But he wants to use finger paints. So we have some finger paints here. And all you do, yep, go ahead and stick your finger in there. I'm going to see if I can.
So cold.
It's cold. You just,
Oh yeah.
oh yeah. And you just keep turning. Nope, push it down. There
Oh,
we
that's
go.
a big one.
That's a big petal.
And that's a small one. And then you gotta get.
And it's, I personally kind of like them all a similar size. Nope.
I have them mixed matched.
He has a mix matched. Ugh, Mom.
You ruined my
Okay.
trend.
And then what we did instead of grass, because it's kind of an abstract picture anyway, is we cleaned off the thumb by just.
No, I
We could be here forever. Okay.
want to do it. Okay, now.
And we
now
just
you do
did it.
this
All right. So my thumb happens to be kind of big. So
Really
well, you know,
Really big.
just keep turning, turning,
I want
turning.
to do it.
And here's where it gets a little tricky, is when you have to try and make it look like it's
Aww.
overlapping. And that's where I go ahead and sometimes I just
That's where
use
we get our
a
gut
Q-tip. See the Q-tip there?
Ah.
And I would maybe fill that in that way. But a finger didn't do too bad of a job. And
Okay, I gotta do the next one.
Okay.
I gotta do the next one. What color? What color?
Orange. Well,
Orange. No, that
Orange.
one will look good. Yellow.
Okay.
Oh.
you know what I did? I actually didn't even pour these on the plate. I just stuck my finger inside the lid.
Pink,
because I
pink,
shook
pink,
it.
Pink.
Okay.
Wait, no.
Pink is fine.
Pink, yeah, pink.
Okay. So I shook it and there was some paint in the lid. And then just stick your finger in there. Okay. Ready?
Bada bing.
1,
Bada bing.
2.
Bada something.
Whoops. Here, do that one again. That one didn't. Oh, we.
Perfect.
Or something. Perfect or something. Okay.
Oh no, I'm gonna do bad. Do I get graded?
Blot it up.
Oh, it's just a show, so I'm gonna do
Okay.
Hey, you didn't let me blot it.
And if you want to do the petals, you can quick fill those in, either with a watercolor paint or whatever. I didn't dip in far enough. I didn't get any new on the brush, and we're just gonna be really kind of quick and sloppy about it because I know. You're enjoying this? I knew it. I knew it. All right. We're gonna make it look like there's some grass in it. All right. Not particular like we did that one in a hurry, but you can see what we've got going on there. Now, here's the deal. We just made what? 6 cards. Probably they
now
each
get your
took,
accordion and play something.
They each took about, I don't know, 2 or 3, 4, 5 minutes each. The caterpillar one took a little bit longer. But it's Mother's Day this weekend.
My knees.
And also, the people in the nursing homes, I mean, I know they're starting to open up the state, but the people in nursing homes are still stuck in their rooms. So, how cool would it be? I mean, I'm going to say the average nursing home has between 40 and 60 residents per each in our area.
Guys, we won't be
How cool would it be is if you could just send a manila envelope full of cards so that the nurses... that was totally accidental. So, but I don't know. I just about poked his eye out.
Okay, so how are we going to do Father's Day?
Put them in a manila envelope.
Your hand is cold!
This could totally work for Father's Day, too. He's totally worried about the fathers. Yeah, but how cool would it be, and I just laid that down in some paint. How cool would it be if you could show some love to all those residents who are homebound? A lot of them don't have relatives that live nearby. So that's your challenge for today. Please, please, please make sure you remember those people.
That will be really quick. I call this one.
He says he's got a new pose. I don't know if we want to spend that runner duck pose.
Now just normal.
Okay, hold on. Here he goes. Sometime, at some point, he's gonna get there. Yeah. Okay, that was a waste of time. All right. So here's your song for the day. Ready? Hold this, bud.
Okay. Zip. Oh, I already said that today.
All right. Zippity doo dah. Ready?
Zippity zippin'.
So, challenge, make some cards, send those out. If you can get 10 done, I don't know, maybe you can find a friend that would do another 10. Match you another 10 to send. Oh yeah, one other thing.
I'm trying to...
You
can't see me.
They don't love when you're jerking around on me because they can't see.
When they can see me.
I use the bottom of the milk jug instead of a regular paint tray because it does have a little divider, which is super handy. Which leads me to my next thing. Hey, they are saying there's a freeze warning this weekend. And so let's go ahead and make sure you get those plants covered up if you've got them planted. And I just made this. I'm going to put a hot cap on those, and it's going to keep them nice and warm so that we don't have to worry about freezing.
Jingle bells,
Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. He's going to jinx us and bring on the snow.
jingle all
Adios
the
from Casa
way.
Blauhorn. See you soon.